Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Liverpool middleweight Nick Quigley. Nick, just to start off by telling us why you're down at the Peacock Gym in East London training and why you're based down here now.
Well, I got offered a job on the underground, which was pretty permanent, and it was a good opportunity to further myself in my career outside of boxing. So it was a no-brainer for me to do it, and I knew I could still carry on with my boxing while I'm down here because London's full of top boxing clubs, and so it was a no-brainer for me moving it down here.
How long have you been coming to the Peacock, and who's your head trainer while you're here?
I've been coming here for about 2 months now. Get on with everyone. Tony Cisse, who's a coach here, he knows my brother from about 10 years ago when he was boxing for England. I think he was boxing Russian. He was based in this gym. Tony, yeah, my older brother Tony. So Tony connected me with Tony Cisse and got on with him, and he's been helping me out down here, giving me tips and coaching me down here as well.
He's not got a pro licence at the moment, so who will be in the corner on the night against Vladimir Bajulski on October the 6th?
That'll be my dad. My dad's he's taught me everything I know in boxing, so it'll be strange not having him in my corner. So he's in my corner. He's still giving me instructions on what to do on a day-to-day basis, and I feel like it's going quite well. I've got Tony helping me out down here, getting me sparring, doing work with me, giving me pointers. I've got my dad on the phone telling me what to do and what days to do it on, and it's working well for me.
Yeah, we've been encouraging Tony to get his pro licence for quite some time. We need to kind of give him a bit more of a push. He actually grew up on the same council estate as I did down the road in East London, yeah. So I've known him for years and years. He's got a lot to bring back to the game. Former ABA champion as well, Tony.
Oh yeah, my dad knows him as well from the amateurs. Said he's a top amateur, so he's a good person to have, looking over your shoulder, giving you tips, pointing you in the right direction. And I know he's an old boxing coach I had in Tower Hill. I think Tony fought him back in the day as well. So we've got a little connection with Liverpool and London boxing.
Talking of Liverpool boxing, just explain to us how a Liverpool middleweight and a guy originally from the Czech Republic in Bajulski are fighting for the Celtic title on October the 6th. How does that work?
On his side, I don't know. I really don't. I'm guessing he's Irish based now, so maybe he's an Irish citizen, so that's how he's fighting for it. But my granddad was originally from Ireland. And I think it's clear to see with my skin complexion and my red hair and my second name Quigley, it's not hard to see that I'm of Irish descent.
We haven't seen you since, I think, was it the Last Man Standing tournament?
Yeah.
Back in Ireland, where it didn't go your way, but it's a 3-round fight. It's kind of hard to get going in those. Before that, you've lost a valiant effort, an exciting fight against Gary O'Sullivan, who obviously has just recently fought. What's going to change in this fight to kind of wipe out that poor fortune you've had in the last couple of fights?
I don't know. I've got a lot more sparring in this time round. I've had some good sparring down here. I think in the Spike O'Sullivan fight, I spoke to Spike about this as well. I've been out for 19 months and it was just I've been desperate to fight. I'd held my Nevada licence for over a year and I didn't have nothing yet, so I was just desperate to fight. And then I got the phone call off Golden Boy saying there's a fight there. Bear in mind, before that I'd accepted 3 fights off Golden Boy and it all fell through, so I was willing to jump in the deep end anyway, but it wasn't as far as the Spike O'Sullivan fight as in deep end, because that was main event. Like, bear in mind, I've been out the ring for 19 months. So inactive for 19 months. To go to America, make me American debut live on ESPN, main event, it was just too much too soon for me. And I mean, I don't regret not taking it, because I'd probably be kicking myself now thinking, what if? Do you know what I mean? So it didn't pay off for me, but what an opportunity and what an experience. I hope it does come round again. Well, to be fair, I was offered a fight last week in Vegas off Golden Boy, which I like to think I learned from my mistake in the past. Again, it was too much too soon. The guy had like 17 fights, won them all, knocked 15 of them out. Now, I'm willing to take them fights, but I want a couple of lesser fights before, not lesser fights, but you know what I mean? Just something to ease me way into it rather than just go from nothing to bang, deep end.
Why don't we see you fighting in England or Britain more often?
Well, I went for the Nevada license. I did have a Maltese license for 2 years. I had like five or six fights under the Maltese governing body. That didn't really work out with me. And then I went for a year, probably over a year inactive. And then I went to, my friends was training in Mayweather's gym just to keep fitter. And she spoke to one of the Mayweathers and said, I've got I know a lad there, he's desperate to fight, you want to see her? And he said, yeah, we'll bring him down for 2 weeks and put him in a camp with us. So I went down for 2 weeks, and after a week of being itching to spar, couldn't get no sparring. And then Badu Jack's coach came up to me and said, Badu, we'll move around with you. I went, Badu Jack? He went, yeah. I went, yeah, sounds okay. So I went and got gloved up, and as I'm gloving up, the people in the regulars in the Mayweather gym are going, who are you sparring? I go, Badu Jack. Going, Badu Jack? You sparring Badu Jack? And I go, yeah. I'm not too concerned. So I got in there, and I held me on with him. I had a good spar with him. So spar, he landed his shots, but I landed my shots. And straight away, he asked for another spar. So I was back in, sparred on Tuesday, and then he wanted it again on the Thursday, sparred on the Thursday, and had another great spar with him. And then I picked up a manager in Mayweather's gym, Anthony Martin, who's a real nice guy, a lot of connections in boxing as well. And so my manager's now based in Mayweather's gym. I go out there to do some training time to time. When I've got a fight coming up, I'll do the final weeks of my preparation in the Mayweather gym and get some good sparring out there as well. So that's how that came about.
Without meaning to pry, and this has probably been covered before and I'm just not aware of it, what's the issue with a board licence? Is there a reason you can't have one?
Well, I lost my licence due to a change on me, but no damage, no damage, just a slight change. And basically I got my licence. They said no, and I went to a specialist. The specialist said, yeah, there's signs of change, but that could happen naturally. It doesn't have to be through boxing, which I've looked into it, and it does happen naturally. So the frustrating thing for me is because there's been nothing wrong with me, and I had my licence taken. I didn't have a licence for 3 years because of it. But I've been checked by specialists. I've passed 2 Maltese governing bodies. Who apparently, I went to the brain scan place where I went with the British Boxing Board, and that's been passed twice. I've held my Nevada licence now for 2 years, and Nevada's apparently the strictest out of all the states in America, and I've passed fine. So I know there's not a thing wrong with me, but I lost 3 years of my career, so I could try for my British licence again, but I like the thought of fighting in America. I think that's every fighter's dream, is to fight in Vegas, and that is my dream, to one day have a good fight in Vegas.
What sort of fighter is Bajulski, and how does your style match up with his?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't seen nothing on him. I haven't really. I think he's a bit smaller than me. I know he's a compact, good boxer. Apparently, he's got a good amateur pedigree. So I know I've got to be on top of my game to beat him. That's about as far as I know. I know he's tough and he's game and he's fit. So I've got to be prepared for it.
And longer term, when will we see you out again after that? Before the end of the year or early next year, maybe in America?
Well, apparently the winner of this for the Celtic title then fights for the Irish title in December. So this is a big incentive for me to get the win under my belt. And the way I'm looking at it, if I can end the year with the Celtic title and then the Irish title, that can open up the whole of next year for me, and I'd hope for bigger fights in the States maybe.
Brilliant. Well, we wish you the very best of luck, whether it's in the States or in Ireland, and October the 6th, obviously, first of all.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Cheers, mate.